When I was a kid, it was all about playing. Play when you finished your homework. Play till it got dark. Keep playing until your mom called you inside. Continue to sneak the minutes in until she really called you inside. Ray! Ray! Play on the weekdays. Play on the weekends. Play past your sweat. Play past the blood. Play past those tears. Also, boys didn't cry for long, but that's a different topic for a different day. These green things right here, they weren't eyesores in yards of Chip and Joanna games like farmhouses. They were end zone markers for football games. These were lightning bugs. They were caught for hours and placed into a jar. We didn't poke holes into the lids because we knew they needed damp air to survive, and we put a small piece of fresh grass or an apple for them in the jar. A fortnight was a unit of time equal to 14 days or 2 weeks. A ninja had a blue band around his eyes, not blue hair on his head. We watched things with the family, not in the privacy of our own room and with a cell phone 2 inches away from our face. We slept in the living room, consuming reruns of Whose Line Is It Anyway? We played board games with our mom and dad, and we actually enjoyed doing so. They were board games, not board games. We weren't lazy, we knew activity. We enjoyed taking physical tests in PE, which, as crazy as it sounds, stood for physical education. Hopscotch was a thing of beauty. These things right here were pure entertainment and joy rather than a waste of space at an abandoned playground. This was getting on the trampoline, not this. My dad would say to me, "Want to go play catch, son?" Sure. Ask a boy that now, it's in a minute, I guess. We loved to roller skate. We loved to make forts in our yards and in our neighbors' yards and pretend to be kings of our lands. We pop kiss underwater in these pools, and as gross as it sounds to me now, we drank out of these things when we were hot. Our biggest fears were bees in the sunset. The neighborhood had hockey matchups, basketball matchups, football matchups, you name it. We built houses and pretended we were husbands and wives. Girls thought the boys had cooties, boys thought the girls had cooties, but both genders had crushes they were desperately hiding, yet they were obvious. We went to the woods and made reptiles our temporary pets and friends. We picked berries, we ate from honeysuckles, we crushed on girls in person, and we cared more about real life than we did the lives of celebrities who didn't really have it as good as you'd imagine they did. My first kiss was in a small playhouse over pretend washed dishes. I mean, it was just a little tiny peck, but your boy was a straight up G. We felt the pain when Princess Diana passed away tragically.
She was the people's princess.
These were lifesavers and not coasters. Connect 4 was one of the coolest games out there, and we fought over who got to be Yoshi when we played Mario Kart. Some of us were masters at the shortcuts in that game. Cars like this felt normal. Now they're modeled to make kids ooh and ah and eventually have expensive taste just so they can get a loan for a real one in the future and pay out their butts in interest. We dreamed big back in my day. We never thought that our government would try to deter those dreams in the name of student loans. When Dad asked us, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" the answer was the polar opposite of Jake Paul or Logan Paul. Also, those are who's, not what's. We spent the days with slinkies, yo-yos, pogs, and easy-bake ovens. Yes, even us boys. We were culinary savages. Oh, and get this, we were allowed this wonderful freedom. We even said the under God part. Absurd, I know. We went to school to watch Reading Rainbow and take terrible yearbook photos. We went there with excitement and not with fear. These light-up shoes were everything. This Penny Hardaway jersey was magic, literally. Speaking of magic, this was the most awesomest, coolest bomb bus on the planet. Speaking of planet, this was that dude. These guys and girls were dope. This is what you watched with Mama. If you were lucky, Pops would let you stay up to watch Monday Night Football with him. You'd never make it past halftime. These tore your hiney up and kept your pants up. Unfortunately, some people from my generation didn't get that memo. We had to work for our information. We had to read to get pizza parties. Most of our childhood sicknesses and pains had remedies from this book. Gum medicine was delicious. We dressed ridiculous, we loved fake tattoos, fake cigarettes, fruit by the foot, and fruit stripe. We had a blast and we'll never forget the sounds of girls singing jump rope rhymes or boys laughing over the answers revealed on an 8-ball. We are the kids of the 90s. We are forever a part of the greatest generation this world has ever seen. We will always remember those days and think fondly of them. Lastly, and probably the best thing about my generation, we salivated over Topanga, not Tide Pods.